evening and welcome to the evening news for today, Tuesday, September 6, 2022. I am Jemima Holmes. Thank you for tuning in. Now let's take a look at some of the lead stories tonight. Flooded dams prevent farmers from accessing lands at ALNESS. SALTON. Stop complaining about students writing too many subjects, says Education Minister. Lightning strike damages house at Wellington Park. Burnt human remains found at YARROWKABRA, and bus driver passenger die in Good Hope accident. Now for the news in detail. A number of farmers with lands at ALNESS and SALTON in Region 6 are unable to get to them as overflowing water has made sections of the access dam impassable. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael reports that more than 2 feet of water is currently covering some sections of the dam.
Close to 3,000 acres is under cultivation, rice and cash crops at SALTON and ALNESS here in the back dam. Access to this area is only possible with motorbikes. Tractors have tried to come behind here, and this is what happened. At ALNESS, the main access dam has several breaches, and for just over a mile, nothing can pass, cutting off all access to the backlands. The only way forward is to walk through the water, which in some cases is waist high. This is worrying, especially for rice farmers, as they are about to reap their paddy.
I get 9 acres rice this over, and I get 5 SALTON, and I get 6 over Alverson. And this dam is used to go down right through. But since me get a little tractor, me can't pass it. The water too much and the cooker then I blow and I'm right to my rice, I'm taking water. Move water to blow and me get rice ayala. We get 9 acres rice ayala in this section here. And water now blow.
So you
the rice I'm taking.
Pump out the water?
Yeah, I gotta get a pump for pump out. But you can't pass pump here.
So what's happening?
You can't pass the pump, so all the rice is just taking water. Rice in my yard right now. Next 2 weeks, me ready to cut rice. And the dam not fixed because we're going there ready for a machine. And I'm gonna get just this. Because where we run autology for a machine. Every time we turn our down. Fish pan, I get tube and everything, nobody not get nothing. Rice man, I punish a bag than me. Every day you go down a bag, then tractor broke and come out.
Well, this dam here, so you punish this dam here all the time. Since the rainfall, he blow out, then move down about and move back to.
I saw you going through, trying to make it over the dam. So how deep is it?
Till I used to make it so.
So could a tractor go over there or a motorbike?
Motorbike can't go over there. We need a big tractor to pass there and certain things can't pass. We can get some pilot down there to hook them tractor bottom. So when sometimes wheel left right in there. Trailer, you come with trailer, you can't pass. You go over and pump self, you can't go.
You said you went to the NDC and what they told you?
Then said I will get one machine like when I mean in there on Monday and send out this next Friday. Then go send on machine. Yeah away. And nothing. And then I was asking for one tubing, say, well I don't move back and he figure back on tubing and say all the tubing give out to them fish pan and all the machine and them fish pan.
But what about releasing the water in front?
Well, me go in the village office, I work about 2 times for this week done. And the ranger, he say, yeah, the ranger say the water got reach certain gauge. But the next cooker, so they do it front. So you got to climb to certain gauge. So me say, in about that gauge there is our gauge back dam. Because when you walk with that gauge there and our rice field them duck there, we not waste them out the back dam there. Because that gauge has something different front stuff and back there.
Well, right now we have major problems. The stage of the rice right now, it's dry and milk. You can see that's when he start hanging, when he start falling up the ball, the paddy, and in the next 3-4 weeks, so we are ready for harvest. And we have no access. You can see this dam right now, and this is just one breach right now. There's lots more behind there. We don't even have access to take you back there and show you. And we've been asking the DNI personnel them to come and help us with this thing. Send a machine. We've been there more than one technology. Them two brothers is here also was there. And more other people. And just a couple of days ago I speak to the engineer in charge of DNI in this area. Promised us to send a machine like he always do. To send a machine here to fix this. Me emphasize and show him what's the situation. We have a tubing in front there that blow out from that same area there. This is a key spot. There is no way we can go around here. There is no way we can go around here. If you look at it, turn the camera and let the people see. There's no way we can go around here. This is the only place we can go through. This is the only place we can go through for reach the back dam.
Farmers say they have also approached the NDC for help in draining the water in the cultivation area by opening the coker. However, they claim that the officials told them that the coker can only be opened when the water levels rises further. Andrew Carmichael, for Evening News.
President Dr. Irfan Ali last evening shared words of wisdom to all those who wrote the CSEC and CAPE examinations, noting that regardless of their results, there are boundless opportunities for each and every one of them in the country. Here's what he had to say.
I'm delighted with the tremendous achievement of our top students. I want to congratulate all those students who no doubt exceeded their own personal limitations. I want to congratulate the parents, the teachers, the community, and all those who helped in shaping them and in allowing them to achieve this milestone. I want to say to them that this is just the beginning of a long road ahead, one in which their continued dedication and commitment would bring the same joy and reward that they experience today. However, it is sometimes very easy for us to get lost in this achievement. I urge them to stay focused, to understand that this is just a stepping stone, to be thankful to all those who contributed to their lives, to this accomplishment, to enjoy the moment, and to ensure that they experience the fullness of their hard work. To those who might not be satisfied, or those who feel a bit disappointed, I say to you, at 15, 16, 17, the world is still filled with opportunities. Guyana is still filled with opportunities. You have other chances. Do not be discouraged. Find strength in understanding that you're still very young. You can rewrite your exams. If you choose to go into an area for skill development, an area in which you want to enhance your technical capabilities, look for opportunities. All of us, all of you out there, you have the ability. Some of us have ability in different areas. Like myself, I'm very poor. I'm very poor in art. I'm very poor in music. I don't have many skills that many persons out there have. But that is how life is. We don't have equal strength in different areas. We just have to find that area we're strong in. Let us together work on building our young people with strength of character, with dignity and honor. And in so doing, we'll allow them all to realize their full potential. I want to assure those who were successful, those who've done exceedingly well, those who are a bit disappointed, let us all come together in supporting each other. Let us all understand that our country presents a platform through which all of us would have an opportunity to develop and advance.
Over the years, there have been several concerns about students in Guyana writing large numbers of subjects at the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC examination. However, Education Minister Priya Manik-Chand is contending that this should not be a matter of concern. Luanda McAllister has the details.
This year, the most subjects written by a CSEC candidate was 27, while the best performing CAPE student wrote 15. While there was an outpouring of congratulations for these hardworking students, many registered their concerns about the number of subjects being written. But Education Minister Priya Manik Chand on Monday urged that this should not be an issue.
230 students in the whole population are who did the A-term work.
Nevertheless, the minister explained that students do not have to write so many subjects if they do not want to. She pointed out that 5 subjects inclusive of math and English are enough.
Any student who does 5 subjects with inclusive of math and English, we consider to have done very, very well, excellently in fact. For full analysis of what you're asking for, Vishan, you have to wait on the analysis, as we can't do that until all the results are in.
In 2015, former Minister of Education Dr. Rupert Rupnarayan was looking to review the increasing number of subjects written by students at the CSEC examination level. According to him, schools should not be about classrooms and subjects, but about other things as well. He had said the pressure of doing a vast number of subjects is not a very healthy learning environment. As such, he was in favor of discouraging secondary school students from writing more than 8 subjects. Reporting for the Evening News, Lawanda McAllister.
For the first time since the pandemic started, all schools have been reopened for face-to-face learning. As the new school term begins, the Guyana Teachers Union is calling for better conditions for teachers across the country. Here is Bisham Mohammed with the details.
President of the Guyana Teachers Union, Mark Light, on Sunday went live on Facebook, where he encouraged teachers to stand their grounds when it comes to their basic rights. Light argued that many schools in regions 2, 3, and 6 are not properly prepared, as infrastructural works are still ongoing. The GTU head posited that this is because the authorities awarded the contracts too last minute.
Only last week, contracts were awarded for repairs to schools. Only last week. And in some instances, as recent as Friday, contractors were now being given contracts to go into schools. Now we've had a lot of situations where our teachers would have already conducted their pre-term activity. They set up their learning aids, they have arranged their classes, they have ensured that their classes are clean and ready, only to be told on Friday that the contractor is coming in to do repairs.
As such, he encouraged teachers to report to work, but if the conditions of the school environment are not conducive, that they should return home. The GTU president acknowledged that the blame is not necessarily the Ministry of Education.
And we can't blame the Ministry of Education fully on these matters. A lot of these issues are the RDCs not doing what it has to do. Now, how can the RDC award these contracts the week before school reopen? How in heaven are these contractors expected to do the work in such a short space of time?
Apart from the infrastructural issues, Light called for the welfare of teachers to be taken more seriously.
Whether the majority of our teachers join the union in its forward push to ensure that the working conditions and the remuneration of teachers, the outstanding funds that we are owed, and our collective bargaining process, we are going to take action. This year, this academic year will not go down that way. And as your leader educators, with my team at the central level, with the support of branch representatives and your support, enough is enough. enough is enough.
Bisham Mohammed, The Evening News.
With agriculture and food security receiving as much focus as it does from the government, the Ministry of Finance mid-year report has revealed that $15.8 billion was invested in the agriculture sector for the first half of the year. Gerald Bryan tells us more.
The 2022 mid-year report shows that out of $32.6 billion budgeted in the agriculture sector, $15.8 billion was spent. This money was spent on a number of things, including constructing major infrastructure, procurement of equipment, and capacity building. Included in this amount is the cash grants farmers received. For instance, over 3,000 cash crop farmers received $431.7 million in relief grants. This was to aid in their recovery from the 2021 floods that swept the country and caused millions of dollars in damages. As of June month end, $2 billion went to Gaisuko, where a number of initiatives are being undertaken. This includes works that are progressing on packaging plants at Albion and Blairmont. In the rice sector, over $100 million has been spent to improve rice yields. Additionally, support in pest control has been provided to farmers. In the first half of the year, $651.9 million of $1.3 billion budgeted for the year was spent in supporting other crops. The results of that support include the completion of 109 shade houses, 4 greenhouses, and the expansion of various spices. Government's focus on agriculture is down to the vision of making Guyana the breadbasket of the Caribbean and reducing the regional food import bill. Gerald Bryan, The Evening News.
Coming up, gunmen rob New Amsterdam gas station and CDC procuring supplies for windswept households in Beirut dazzle. Do stay with us. More news ahead.
Guyana's take of oil revenues is projected to ramp up to $7.5 billion per year in 2030 and peak at $16 billion by 2036. Cumulatively, Guyana will receive $157 billion from the industry by 2040.
Let's celebrate Oreo's 110th birthday together with the limited edition birthday cake flavor and our promotion where you can win a wish valued up to $1 million. To participate, all you have to do is buy Oreo, drop your coupon or receipt into entry boxes, or enter online at www.everydaysnacksgy.com.
Superbet com certeza a sua melhor escolha. Com mais de 200 jogos online com Superbet, você aposta é para ganhar. Cadastre-se hoje, tá esperando o quê? Basta acessar o www.superbet.gy, clicar em registrar e você já está apto a participar. Lembrando que o Superbet não é recomendado para menores de 18 anos.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Miners, welders, and contractors. Have broken parts caused you tremendous downtime? Do you need an extra heavy-duty, dependable welding machine that will get the toughest jobs done and can also double as a generator to power all of your tools? Well, your #1 industrial solutions provider Sylvie's has you covered. We currently have in stock the Hobart Champion Elite Arc Welder and Generator. This capable electric start generator produces up to 11,000 watts of AC power to run tools, work lights, or backup power during an outage. It can simultaneously deliver 150 amps weld output and 8,000 watts of generator power and can run up to 14 hours on one 12-gallon tank of gas. This portable generator handles mild steel, stainless steel, and cast iron with a maximum thickness of ½ inch in a single pass. So what are you waiting for? If you can't make it to our 31 High and Hatfield Streets Georgetown location, we can deliver. Give us a call on 227-6226 or WhatsApp us on 623-7755 or visit our website sylviesonline.com. Sylvie's Industrial Solution, proudly serving Guyana for over 4 decades.
Let's celebrate Oreo's 110th birthday together with the limited edition birthday cake flavor and our promotion where you can win a wish valued up to $1 million. To participate, all you have to do is buy Oreo, drop your coupon or receipt into entry boxes, or enter online at www.everydaysnacksgy.com.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home, and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.
Welcome back. You're watching the evening news. The burnt remains of a human were on Monday discovered at Snake Farm, YARROWKABRA, along the Soos-Dijk-Linden Highway. According to reports received, the burnt remains were found in a clump of bushes by several boys who were traversing the area. The charred skeletons were located 200 feet north of the entrance leading to the South Dakota Circuit from the Soos-Dijk-Linden Highway. Next to the remains, crime scene investigators found a pair of Air Jordan sneakers, which appeared to be unburnt and still had the victim's intact foot inserted. In addition, they found a Seiko wristwatch, the blade of a knife, 2 screwdrivers, 1 USB phone charger cable, and a bunch of 8 keys. The keys appeared to be those for a door lock and padlock. The team from CID headquarters and ranks from Regional Division 4B conducted additional searches in the area, during which several additional pieces of human bones were recovered. Further, a fire heap was carefully sifted through by ranks and they were able to recover 2 Barbadian $1 coins, a piece of leather belt, and pieces of a pair of blue Urban Star denim jeans. From all indications, the remains are that of a male. The remains were escorted to the Memorial Gardens as further lab tests are expected to be conducted. A 38-year-old male minibus driver along with a female passenger who was in the vehicle are now dead following an accident which occurred this afternoon at Good Hope, East Coast, Demerara. Dead is Andrew Albert of Lamaha Park, Georgetown. Albert is a former police officer. The man's father told this newscast that his son was an employee of ExxonMobil Guyana and would operate the minibus in his spare time. Reports are that the Route 44 minibus was traveling up the East Coast Demerara and in the process overtook a motor pickup. The same motor pickup, according to eyewitnesses, subsequently sped up behind the minibus and crashed into the vehicle from behind. This reportedly caused the minibus to crash into a canter and then into a horse cart. The minibus driver then began to lose control of the vehicle, causing it to topple several times before coming to a stop. First responders reportedly had to use a saw to get the victims out of the minibus. In addition to the fatalities, at least 3 persons are said to be seriously injured. We now tell you that a single mother of 2 is now counting her losses after a lightning strike triggered several damages to her house located at Wellington Park, Region 6. Amanda Beaton, 37, said she and her 2 children were at home last evening during a thunder and lightning storm when the incident occurred. Beaton, who sells food for a living, is unsure of how she will recover from these losses. Here's a look.
Last night while the rain and lightning and thunder, we sit down, the blacker they come on, and then we turn, after the blacker come on, turn off the switch. After turn off the switch, I go and sit down. And the next heavy lightning and thunder, it's like boom, a hard song, and the place starts shake. And everything blow off. When I watch the current switch, everything burn when I go in the room, no glass on the windows, nothing. The boards then split up, the glass then fall off. A lot of damages because the glass break, the scanting them split in 2, which one got to be repaired.
What about the foundation and so?
Well, the posts split, on the microwave, the internet, the fridge. Some of the things that was plugged, I could see that they burned out. The wire that comes from the post that bring the current, it burned out, means see it's just a piece left open.
A teenager on duty at a New Amsterdam gas station was last evening confronted by gunmen and robbed of the monies that were in the cash register at the service station. Our Berbice correspondent Andrew Carmichael has that story.
The armed robbery occurred at about 23 hours on Sunday night at Seymour Hobby & Sons gas station, situated at Main and Coburg Streets, New Amsterdam, and just 1 minute away from Central Police Station. An 18-year-old pump attendant was on duty at the time. He was reportedly sitting on a bench at the gas station when he saw 2 men, one armed with a small handgun, standing next to the kerosene pump and the other standing on the road. Both men were masked. According to the teenager, the man by the kerosene pump took out what appeared to be a handgun from his haversack and pointed it at him, demanding money. The teenager said he led him to a drawer where the cash was stored. The suspect escaped with $125,000 in cash. Police arrived on the scene minutes after the robbery was reported. The service station reportedly had cameras, but they were all out of order. Back in February, a pump attendant attached to MLE service station 60 meters away was shot by a lone gunman who carried out a daring daylight robbery. That is not the first time that bandits had targeted Ali & Sons gas station. In September 2020, another pump attendant was shot in the back during a daylight robbery where the gunman escaped with $800,000 in cash. In 2010, a pump attendant employed by the company at its Strand outlet left with a day's sales and escaped with $1.1 million and disappeared. For the evening news, Andrew Carmichael.
In an official statement released on Monday afternoon, the Guyana government registered its condemnation of the continued harassment of Guyanese fishermen operating in Surinamese waters, despite efforts at a bilateral level and even commitments from the Surinamese head of state to grant them licenses. Luana McAllister has the details.
In the statement, Agriculture Minister Zulfikar Mustafa noted that as far as 2020, he had conversations with his Surinamese counterpart, Parmanand Sweden, and had requested the issuance of 150 licenses to allow the Guyanese fishermen to fish in Surinamese waters, that is, the Corentyne River. A commitment that the license would be issued was also made to President Dr. Irfan Ali. In another meeting between President Ali and Surinamese President Chan Santokhi earlier this year, for the issuance were provided that the license would be issued. In fact, it was assured that by January 1st, 2022, arrangements would have been put in place to facilitate the issuance of the license to Guyanese fisher folks. According to the minister, the names of the persons desirous of being issued the license were communicated to the Suriname Ministry of Agriculture via a letter dated November 16th, 2021. To date, however, the government of Guyana has not been provided with an update on the status of the license. In its statement, the government of Guyana expressed that, and I quote, "In the absence of the issuance of these licenses, our fish folks continue to face harassment at the hands of the Suriname authorities, including fishing vessels that are stranded in Suriname and cannot return to Guyana for fear of losing their license." End quote. It added that, and I quote, "The government of Guyana therefore calls on the government of Suriname to not renege its commitment and to make known the current position of issuance of the license." End quote. Local fishermen who operate from the quarantine coast have to use the quarantine to get access to the Atlantic, where they get most of their catch. The quarantine river is considered Suriname's territory. Currently, the licenses are issued to Suriname's businessmen at US $100 per year and rented to the Guyanese fisherfolk at $3,000 US annually. Reporting for the evening news, Lawanda McAllister.
The Civil Defense Commission is already procuring supplies for the windswept households of Beirut and Dassel housing scheme who were battered by a storm yesterday that damaged a number of houses. Gerald Bryan reports.
On Monday, strong winds caused major damages to several houses located at Beirut and Dassel Housing Scheme, East Coast Demerara. At the back of Dassel Housing Scheme, the roofs of several houses between 18th and 20th Streets were detached due to heavy winds. Speaking to this newscast on Tuesday, CDC Deputy Director Major Loring Bennons explained that the commission has already been active in the area doing assessments.
We did an assessment yesterday and continue today to get the direct requirement of big sheets. After we place the order that we have the big sheets, but it's exactly where we hope it to get to us by tomorrow.
He noted that there is a possibility that even after their assessment and the procurement of the zinc sheets, more supplies may be required. They are prepared for this, and he was hopeful that by this weekend, all the necessary materials for the residents will have been purchased. Meanwhile, during a press conference on Tuesday by the office of the Leader of the Opposition, a call was made for support to be provided to the residents. PNCR member Hazel Pyle Lewis detailed the damages that were observed when the party visited.
Upon our visit to the affected areas, Beirut and Dassel, now those houses, there were 5 houses in Beirut. The residents there were affected severely. You have the walls were removed, the roofs were removed, and everything in the homes were wet. For Dassel, the residents in Dassel, one house was blown completely down, and that family of 2, and the mother is pregnant, the wife is pregnant, and so they were housed at the neighbor on the opposite side. And the resident on 20th Street, yes, the 20th Street, the entire roof was blown off and went straight over into Beirut.
Jarrell Bryan, The Evening News.
And now for a look at the bridge reports.
The Demerara Harbour Bridge will be closed to vehicular traffic on Wednesday, September 7th, 2022 at 30 minutes after midnight for a period of 2 hours. Meanwhile, the Berbice River Bridge is expected to be closed at 14 hours 10 on Wednesday, September 7th, 2022 for a period of 1.5 hours.
Let's now take a look at the local stock exchange market compliments of GASI. Warriors confident of winning matches in St. Lucia, and ExxonMobil finalists eager for final clash. Details of these stories and more in this Sportcast, sponsored by Maccorp, coming up on the other side of the break.
We asked two families, which antibacterial soap do you buy?
Any. They're all the same.
I always buy Protex.
And why is that?
Because Protex reinvented antibacterial soaps. Its formula is fortified with flaxseed oil to boost your skin's natural antibacterial defenses.
And it keeps on working throughout the day.
Wow. Can I have a Protex?
Naturally.
Protex, for the good health of the skin.
The biggest party in sport is back for the 10th year of CPL.
Let's rock and roll, gentlemen. That is magnificent.
CPL will be bigger, better and louder than ever, with more sixes, more entertainment and more of the world's best players.
That is simply sensational. Oh, yes.
Get your tickets now at cplt20.com or at the box office. Join the party. Experience cricket played louder.
Let's celebrate Oreo's 110th birthday together with the limited edition birthday cake flavor and our promotion where you can win a wish valued up to $1 million. To participate, all you have to do is buy Oreo, drop your coupon or receipt into entry boxes, or enter online at www.everydaysnacksgy.com.
At John Lewis Styles, we carry only first quality, men's and women's clothing, footwear, and accessories. As authorized dealers, our items come directly from the manufacturing brands, and are available in all sizes and colors. What we sell was never on display in another store. It's time you know the truth about what you buy. Come visit us on Waterloo Street. John Lewis Styles. Simply different.
Looking to bring your dream home to reality? Or simply taking on a home improvement project? Then National Hardware Limited is where you should start. Let us put that touch to your home. Choose from over 1,000 Berger Paint original hues for any surface. We are known for our trusted brands such as Westinghouse, Philips, Satco, Rubbermaid, Pyrex, Gibson Home and so much more. National Hardware Limited, your do-it-best store. Located in downtown Georgetown and industrial site Rhymeville.